Good afternoon, everybody.
Hello.
It's Friday.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Hi, it's Maria Quattrone, and I am here today with my friend, John Swartz. He is actually a new friend, and we have mutual friends. John is with ReMax Community, and this is Maria Quattrone with Be the Solution. And today we'll talk with John about how he's being the solution with his family and clients and all the great stuff that they have going on. So how are you, John?
Great, Maria. How you doing? All right? Holding up?
Yeah, hanging in there.
Thank you for this, too. I really like doing these, and it's been nice to do this stuff because just to see people and be around people has been good. We miss people. I never thought I'd say that before.
Yeah, 7 weeks now over here.
Oh, wow. It's crazy.
7 weeks, and I don't know how many more to go, so.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be an end in sight soon. Too soon. I don't know.
You know, this morning I woke up and I was still upset from yesterday. And I said, I can make a choice today. I can be angry and upset, or I can have a change in my attitude, which is the only thing that we can control. It seems like we've lost control of pretty much everything else at this point. So I decided to say it's going to be a great day. And I look back, John, to philosophy and Friedrich Nietzsche and Socrates and Greek philosophers, and just thinking back about reading information on their thoughts and how they handled all the adversity that they dealt with in their time. And so I guess it's looking back at the past to see how to move forward into the future. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, no, 100%. Because I mean, we think we have problems. You know, we're running out of toilet paper. They had some real problems. They've overcome some real adversities. They're a lot.
Yes.
And you're 100% right about your attitude and how you approach it, how you look at it. And I'm just trying to look for opportunities everywhere, whatever, and try to stay positive and look at other stuff that gets sucked into being, negative. And it's easy to do. You can do either one. The one thing is we are here with our families. And I bonded with my daughter who's graduating this year more in these last 6 weeks. Because once they turn into teenagers, they kind of turn into their own person. And I lost daddy's little girl for a while.
Yeah, I remember being the teenager.
Yeah, and we would be butt heads a lot, but we've been we've gotten a lot closer. It's nice now. And there's been a lot of positives out of this whole thing.
So that's like a gift, right?
That's absolutely
an amazing gift.
1,000,000%. And it's been nice to just have time to do some of the things that you don't normally have time, because I'm not driving to the office. You take out an hour a day there that you have to yourself. I'm not leaving for lunch another hour. I'm actually more productive, getting a lot more done, calling clients that I normally wouldn't have time to just call and check up on, which is what I'm doing mostly, trying to just be there for people and not asking for business and things like that. People just calling and chatting with your clients and just keeping them in the loop and what's going on and stuff. And it's been nice. It's been rewarding. It feels good, rather than just the rat race every day. It's actually been
it's kind of like, isn't that the way it should have always been?
Yeah, everything's going to change now. My whole plan is going to change. The whole way of doing things is going to be totally different, and for the better, much better, I think.
What do you like? What kind of things are you going to do?
Just like you, I did a lot of units, so I was always the business was controlling me. I'm running around
the grind,
and just constantly running through deals, and I couldn't have time. I didn't have time to sit down and plan and structure a plan that could scale a lot. 10 times with a lot less, reactive activities instead of, more proactive activities. Instead of growing and standing there just put out fires all day and trying to keep everything together. It's just going to be a better way of, I'm actually doing a lot of different things. I can plan out. It's like almost like I see it all different now because I have time to slow down a little bit, and I've been busier now. I've had my best month in 2 years this month.
God bless you.
Yeah, it's been nice.
What do you attribute it to?
Just again, so I wouldn't, when you're busy with units and doing listings, you're not going after the buyers and that you want. So some of those buyer leads get neglected. You don't get back to them fast enough, and you lose them. I'm here now. I'm here to answer the phone, and a chance to get out and show a house now is an opportunity. It's not, oh man, I got a showing today. Because when you start doing units and listings and stuff, you get used to just having that there all the time. So it's actually just been it's been good. I'm able to work my leads better, more efficient. Like I said, just that extra couple hours a day, it shows up. So 2 hours a day, 14 hours a week. What's that? 28, 56 hours a month. It's like an extra week, and your head's clear because you're not around the water cooler. You're not around, the other stuff, that goes on. The regular, complaining, stuff like that.
So it's interesting that you bring that up. I'm probably right now happier outside of like the extended stay at home, infuriating news that came out last night. Outside of that, I'll put that out there. I've probably been happier with my current working situation now because I have time to think. I have time to find solutions to problems, to internally, externally, client. How do we make it better? Expanding what we're doing, expanding my knowledge, learning about all different other things that I hadn't had time to do, and I'm doing that, all for personal growth, but also business. And I don't have to be around all the negativity from every direction. I choose not to watch the news. Do you watch it or?
I never watch it. I've stopped watching it probably 5-6 years ago. I never watched it at all. My wife used to joke around in bed at night, turn the TV on and like, "Oh, Wesley, you got shot today?"
Right.
We said, "Look, why do we watch this stuff?" And we just totally stopped it because, and it's not even real anymore. It's gotten so commercial. It's not even real anymore. I mean, hardly any of it's real. And and one other thing too, back to what we were talking about, I've been exercising because I haven't been caught up in the rat race as much. I've had time to do that, and that's made me feel 100% different, 100% better.
So that's really great for your mindset. What are you doing?
We do my son goes to karate, my wife goes to personal training, and he has a class where they it's like all core, different total body workout, some kickboxing, some weights, push-ups, sit-ups, things like that, and
are you doing that like right in your house, in your basement, or?
Also, we can do it virtually, and we still do a private training here. It's just us, and it's been good. I started gaining momentum this year finally with my exercise. I would always go for a little bit, stop, get busy, and I don't know if you're like me in the morning. We have a lot in common, by the way, because I listen to your podcast with Culture Matters, and if you're like me, like in the morning, I'm like thinking, my phone, I wake up, there's 8 texts, 20 missed calls. And when I'm at the gym or whatever, if I have my headset on, the messages are coming through and I'm like, oh crap, I gotta call that guy. I forgot. So it's been
end your workout.
Yeah. And then it goes, right. And then I get so busy. I'm all positive. I'm great. I drum up a bunch of business. Then I got to take care of it and I can't work out. So stop doing that. I take the hour, the phone's off, stays in the car, and that's it. And that's really been good for my mindset. 1,000,000%.
That's great.
Yeah, it's been good.
And you feel good, right?
Oh, a million times better.
I can't drink enough water. I'll tell you that. I keep drinking it and can't drink enough water. Yeah. It's really good to just flush.
Oh yeah.
Flush everything out. So what does your business look like today than what it used to look like?
Well, back in when I got started, I did a lot of retail stuff. I worked with a lot of investors, buying, fixing, selling, and then just constantly working their referral leads and stuff like that. Then I got really heavy into the REO properties. That's dried up in New Jersey, like almost non-existent. I mean, everybody I know that was in that space has hardly any assets. That's probably going to change in the near future. Not in the near future, but in the future. So I'm still doing that. But not as much. So I got back into doing more working with investors, fix and flips, and just regular buyer and seller referrals, doing retail stuff again. But just ramping up and getting some. I'm buying some. I'm working with a couple, different lead services. I'm making some changes in my websites and stuff like that to try to get more back into that. It's been working out really well.
What are you using?
I'm just signed up for Boomtown.
Oh, okay.
You use that or no?
I used to.
Yeah,
I hear that the site's very robust now.
They've made a lot of changes to it, and the ReMax Booge thing too. I'm working with them. Did you set that up yet? You working with Booge? No, you have your own site. I saw your site's awesome. I looked at it. I scoped.
We're gonna upgrade that site that we have. We're gonna go to a WordPress site so that we own it. We own the asset. That's
Nice.
kind of the thing, right? All these plug and play things are great, but you never can kind of get away from it. It has so many bells and whistles, and then
Yeah, that's that. So I think what I was looking at, that was always my fear. I didn't do it before because they do. It just sucks in. You're doing that, and now you're not talking to your clients and stuff, which is my bread and butter. But it does matter. I just want it mostly for a CRM just to manage because I don't really do that. I make a relationship with the client. I never follow up. They just call me again, or whatever.
do you use a CRM right now?
Yeah, I'm going to use the Booge one. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
We did. We use Follow Up Boss.
Oh yeah, you like it? Oh, good.
We're about 6 months in. I can tell you that if we weren't set up on Follow Up Boss and some of the other things that we were doing, this transition to stay at home would be a lot more difficult.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Because we have all of the files now; they're all online. We literally have probably 1,000 Manila folders that have some address on it.
Yeah, that was my old high tech system. My CRM looks the same. In fact, there's a box of them right there on the floor behind me. It's going to storage.
I can see them.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, we have, we get a lot of people calling, and we do the whole process for every single listing opportunity. We go through this process for the same process for every single one because we don't know who really wants to list and who doesn't. Right now, I think that there's not as many tire kickers, right?
No, not at all. And you said something. I was listening to your podcast. How these agents have to hustle now when they get offers, like not like 2008, 2009, where it was a short sale or there's the inventory slow. This is like in 2002 and 2003. We used to ride around with pre-quals in the car. Remember? we have a 3-day inventory review here in Jersey, so we do offer sheets and not contracts right away. So you went and showed a house. You go and you had that offer in within an hour, and even then you still may not get it. It's going to go back to that. I think you're seeing on Facebook people putting stuff under contract in one day. I have a listing that I've had for 2 years. This guy just said, listen, I don't care. I want this price. It's $40,000 overpriced. And he's like, I don't need to leave for 2 more years. He said, I'll get aggressive then. If somebody gives it to me now, great. Right? So I haven't had it for 2 years. I've had it for a year. But I had like no showings. And I told him, as long as you leave me alone, we're fine. We'll do that. And I had 4 showings yesterday.
What?
4 showings yesterday, one day, out of nowhere. And it's been like that. A couple of things, properties I put up and I thought it was a little high, went in one day. It's been pretty, it's been nuts. So it's going to go back to that, I think, in the near future.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, John.
It's going to go back to that in the near future. And agents that are now, when you go to put an offer, you got to have all your ducks in a row quickly and get everything over. And they got to be clean too. None of these offers with no pre-approvals, no, crap that you get, sometimes. Got to have the offer, the pre-approval and everything ready to go. And as soon as you sell the house, you should have it in your email typed up when you go to show the place, so you can just fire it off from the house. As a draft, that's what I would do.
Have it drafted and ready to go.
Yep, just pull in the price and send.
Yeah, the inventory here is pretty low. last May, we had about 8,600 homes on the market. This May 1st, we have 3,600 and change as of May 1st. So what about where you are? Is the inventory like that's it? That's 60. We have 60% less inventory.
That's 100% the same thing. That's what we're seeing. You know, that's why I'm getting 4 showings on that house. That's still a little overpriced, but like that because of that, because the inventory is low, and if people want to buy, people want to move, and the rates are still low. And I'm getting calls from new people. Nobody seems to care about the the COVID when it comes to buying a house right now. I think there's going to be some changes afterwards. You're going to see I think there's going to be a lot of short sales in the next year or so. But I don't think it's going to change the market. I've seen like in 2008, one thing you didn't see, like everything stopped. Like, you didn't see, I'm seeing people are at home getting their landscaping done. There's pools being put in, fences. So people have money. There's money out there still. There's uncertainty, but I think that this real estate market is going to be good in the short term. Real good. And I think, later on, some of these people that are losing their jobs and stuff, which is horrible. Those houses are going to, they'll cycle through in a couple of years, short sales and things like that, I think. But, I think we're going to see a little boom right after this is all done.
I think so too. I think that there's buyers out there, especially like here in Pennsylvania, because we're still the only half the state is non-essential.
You sound like a little bitter about that one.
Huh?
You sound a little bitter about that.
Oh, I'm fired up. I've been like really good, cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, 7 weeks of this nonsense.
Yeah.
Look,
you squeeze a thumbtack in your on the wall.
The biggest thing is that the consumer, the citizens of PA deserve the right to be able to buy and sell real estate and have a shelter to go to, right? So it's really what it comes down to. And if not everybody has so some people will look at homes virtually, but it doesn't give the seller 100% opportunity to get the highest number, right?
No, of course not.
Because the buyer pool has shrunk because they don't want to come out because it's non-essential.
Yeah,
and my friends all over the whole country are all selling tons of real estate right now.
Yeah, the demand changes when you can limit your buyer pool, obviously, and I mean you can't let one person go in. I mean you can do you can do a virtual initial show.
Yeah.
If they want to see more, let them go one. They do a deposit and a contract subject to seeing it or whatever, and you can take one person in. Realtor can go in, open the door, let them walk through. I don't know. Something.
But this is the craziest part of it. Okay. If you were under contract to sell your home prior to March 18th, so March 17th, you went to contract, you can go see houses right now. March 20th, you can't see them.
That's crazy.
And the kicker, some brokerages got waivers.
They don't have to comply with that?
No. They have to follow CDC guidelines. So there's a lot of issues with what's happening here.
Yeah.
And we followed the protocol. We have done the virtual tours, virtual consults. I'm Zoom. I'm zooming. Listen, it's been efficient and I don't mind Zooming and I'm glad to do it. I'm honored. I'm grateful. But the majority of agents, and this is where my issue lies, the majority of agents, they show homes. They show our listings.
Yeah.
If we're not showing our listings.
Yeah, you're killing your demand. Let me ask you this, because you do a lot of new construction, right?
Yeah, I mean, we used to do more than we've been doing lately, but we do it, yeah.
What happens with that, with the permits and all that? I mean, is all that stuff just on hold? I mean, is it?
So the construction, the contractors went back to work May 1st.
What about the city inspections and stuff? Is that happening or no?
Well, they are. in vacant properties, but they're not supposed to, but they are.
I can imagine the permits and stuff like that slowing down the new construction business.
Yeah, the permitting, this goes through this thing called Eclipse now, and it's, it was already a difficult, but
let me get to payment processing is very easy, and then you're
they're increasing the permit fees by 5%.
Yeah, I figured so. Yeah, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. I live in that city.
Yeah. So what things did you add? So you're saying, oh, you're gonna get a new site. You're doing Boomtown. Anything else that you've added into your system?
I'm gonna add a couple team members. I added one already, and we're just gonna really start working the buyer leads again. Like I was mostly heavily into listings.
And you have admin.
Yeah, my wife, my partner, she does admin work for us too.
She does. Oh, cool.
Yeah, she's like the behind the scenes, silent killer for me.
You're running around like a banshee, and she's.
Yeah, I make it rain. She cleans it up. That's
exactly.
Yeah, she makes it straight, and she takes care of all that stuff, and she's incredible at it. So that's been my blessing. So one thing I noticed, so when I was doing this back in 2002 and 2003, it was hectic. I was working till 8, 9 o'clock at night on some nights, weekends, and now because I have 18, 19 years experience, so all those things are streamlined now. So it's not like put an offer and closing, like I have the contacts and everything is just so much easier. I could do probably 20, 30 closings a month of retail easily, without and I kind of got away from it because it was time consuming and there was a lot of crap. Like I say, put offers in and you got attorney review and things like that you end up working against yourself. But just streamlining and being smarter, using your experience, it's going to help to make that transition back into doing more retail in the near future a lot easier.
What's the main counties that you focus on?
Camden, Gloucester, and mostly Camden, Gloucester, Southern Burlington, and we do Salem and Cumberland too, but limited there. But mostly Camden, Gloucester.
And you've been in what for 20 years?
19. I got in 2002, so in February 2002.
How did you do that? What were you doing before?
I did a million things, but I was my parents were in the supermarket business. And I ended up taking over a family business that was like, it was in city. Yeah, a 5,000 square foot building on Frankfurt Avenue that I sold for. Yeah, no, I gave it away before Fishtown was different back then.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure.
But when I got into this, I ran that out, came over here. I always wanted to move over here, over to South Jersey. I grew up in Bucks. I went to school in the Chamonix, and I moved to the city, which I loved. I loved living in the city. I loved the people I met there. Really good vibes. Everybody was just loyal and stuff that didn't happen, but when I wanted to get go to the suburbs, have a family, Bucks County was a lot more expensive to try to go up there. You could go to South Jersey and get a reasonably priced home, then have a really nice house. And that's how I started out here. And I used to go look at stuff, and the agents were like, "Oh, well, yeah, if you don't put an offer there, you're gonna lose it." I'm like, "Yeah, whatever. Right now, these houses sit for years, But now every one I wanted was all gone, and the prices went up. When I went back to move, I'm like, "Wow, I should get into real estate over here." And I thought about doing real estate for a long time before that. My father was in a little bit. And I wanted to give it, I wanted to give it a shot, and then right away I loved it, and I just stuck with it.
And the rest is history, so they say.
Yep. And I love that. I got it and just I took off, and I loved that. I started on somebody's team in ReMax, and then I went on my own that September, and I just I love doing it. Like to me, it wasn't work, going into, the store on, Easter Sunday to check the refrigeration that was always broken on Easter Sunday and throwing $2,000 worth of food out that you make, $200 on over it, that was work. This isn't, to me, it was fun. It was joy. I liked solving problems for people and stuff, so I loved it. And you know, like anything else, like everybody says, if you love what you do, it's easy to. It's not work.
Isn't that the truth?
100%. Yep.
I felt the same way about it, especially when I started. Even though it actually was like a lot of hours in the beginning. Not that it's not today, but generally speaking, you know, the more systems, processes that you have in place, the more freedom that you have. It actually is the more business you do, the less actually you end up working, basically.
Yeah, that's where I'm trying to transition to now. Like you said, just using the systems and stuff to keep things more efficient, and so we can expand. And you know, like I was like in just a rat race. I just had so much going on at once that I didn't have time to sit down and organize it right and scale the right way. You know, it's nice to, like, I'm enjoying this little break with it doing. Now, if it stayed like this forever, I'd be thrilled. You know.
Well, I mean, you should be. You said you're having your best month ever. I mean,
no, the last 2 years, my best month ever. I would never tell anybody out loud.
Oh, in the last 2 years?
What's that?
Your best month in the last 2 years?
Yeah.
In April or May?
April. And I will in May. I should do better than April in May by the time it's done. I'm lining stuff up.
How many units is that?
I'll be like 10 or 12, but good prices, better prices. You know, so I'm gonna try to get that number at 20. I was used to doing like 20 units, but they were lower prices.
Gotcha.
Lower prices, lower commissions, because sometimes in the bank properties they cut your, you're paying.
Yeah, for sure. Have you been with ReMax the whole time?
No, I was with ReMax for one office. So I started at ReMax. I ended up buying that franchise. I owned it through 2008. We merged with another company because we were too big. I tried to hold on to it too long instead of making changes right away. Because back then, you remember, you didn't own it back then, right? This never happened. What happened in 2008 never happened. So we were like just thinking, all right, this is slowing down. And agents that were producing for years stopped producing the same numbers. We're like, all right, well, this is going to go away. And then everybody's coming firing back. But then, your ReMax, you're paying your franchise fees every month and your agents can't afford to pay you. And then now, like, what do you do? Get rid of them? You can't. So you hold on. And then we held on too long. We got, we started to have, problems just, keeping the place running. So we merged with another company, and I went back to being an agent producer, which I was thrilled to do because I didn't like, running it as much when I was doing that and trying to sell. It was a lot to do, and hats off to you because you're doing that really freaking well. But I don't
know about that, but
you're killing it. But so then I got back to selling again. I loved it. I was happy. I was working there, and then I was then I stayed with the company. The company that I merged with is how I got there. I wouldn't have probably went there on my own, but we were there, and I stayed there for a while. And there was just I had some issues there, and I just left. I went to go try the other thing. And I did that for about the last 6 months, and then I came back to
what?
I went to KW for about 6 months.
Oh, gotcha.
And it just wasn't a good fit for us there. And then I went back to these guys where I'm at now. So Ricky Moriello and Tony Avina, they opened up ReMax Community back right after I got out of it. They started probably around 2011 or 12. They opened it. I think maybe a little later than that. And then I've worked on both. They're both agents. They're both high producing agents. And for years, I worked in the business. I always liked them, always respected them. So I went back there. It was an awesome fit because they're just like me. Everybody's just like me. The culture there is phenomenal. Everybody in there, no gossip, no garbage, no arguments, everything's smooth, nice. They keep the place immaculate, top-notch equipment. It's just like, I love it there. We were like home. Me and my wife were like thrilled, just thrilled to be there. ReMax. So the reason why I went to KW for a little bit is I wanted to build a team, and it was hard to do that with paying the fees and stuff here. But ReMax started giving promotions and helping you recruit and different things. So And Tony was, nice enough to pass that on to us. So it's helping us go and build a team here. Because you can't do it. You can't do it all on your own. I've been trying to do it on my own for a while, but it's just not. It's not the way to go. Eventually, I want my daughter to come in this business. She's going to get licensed. She'll probably make me look really bad after she does. Because they know this technology, like everything else, is perfect. And she's got a personality, like people just gravitate to her. So it'll be fun.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Working together, all three of you.
Yeah.
That's cool. I feel bad for your daughter graduating.
Yeah, we're working on doing something ourselves. So somebody I know that works for, I know him from the Eagles to Touchdown Club. She works for Wachovia and Flyers and stuff, and she said that they were trying to do stuff outside there. They're going to have events. They put a 50-foot TV up there, and they have room for 800 cars. You do like a drive-up thing or something. We're trying to figure something out. And then the parents maybe could chip in and do that. But then I'm thinking Philly's closed, so if they don't have that open, then that's I don't know if they're allowed to do it or not in the cars. Who knows, right? But if not, we'll try to do something over here. All we need is a PA system and a big place and keep them 6 feet apart. We should be able to make that happen.
How many? 200
kids. If we keep them, we keep them figure if they walk by themselves, and then the parents are far enough apart from each other, and we limit to just, we should be able to do it. We're definitely going to do it for them because the school really didn't do them a service. It was kind of shitty the way they handled it. But
unbelievable.
Yeah.
So you need about. What about?
I told her. I said, let's do like a. I have my own ideas. I said, let's do a private Facebook group, all the parents, and we'll do like one of the flash mobs in Philly. We'll just show up at the school in the stadium, jump the fence, and
I was going to say,
they're sticking right to it. That idea's out the window now because it's just now still on the internet. So.
Yeah, and
something like that. It's got to be a park or something big. We can.
Yeah, no.
My wife is an event planner by trade, so she'll know how to do this.
You have to figure out something.
Yeah.
They deserve that. It's a lot of hard work. I mean, I really was thinking about it last night because I saw the kids at Temple down there on the steps, and they were popping bottles of champagne, and it brought me back to because I graduated from Temple. So I graduated from there 26 years ago yesterday. And I was talking to my dad about it last night. And we were just reminiscing about, there was like 6,000 graduates or something crazy.
Wow.
When we were there, but we were, talking about it. And and my heart goes out to all the kids and college and high school, and I know 8th grade is a big deal for some of the kids going to 8th grade to high school, like even the preschool, even the kindergarteners.
Yeah, now they graduate every couple of years or something.
Yeah, there's like a lot of graduations, but that's some milestones, right? It's like birthdays and bar mitzvahs and bar mitzvahs and weddings and funerals. I mean, it's crazy. It's a crazy time.
Yeah, we paid a lot of money in tuition the last 3 months. My wife's been teaching, not the school, and now they cancel this, and now it's like, it's like a big, middle finger to the whole class, really. So, and now she's going to go to college. So she's going to go to college next year, and I don't even know how that's going to work out.
Where's she going?
Stockton University now.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah, it's close. She's going to go away, stay on campus, but it's close enough to us to where she's not too far. But I don't know how that's going to work. I mean, I'm going to try to do virtual, schooling. Do virtual schooling. She should watch YouTube videos of Bill Gates and, other people instead for 25 years.
It's kind of ridiculous. I saw a couple class action suits filed. One Drexel, Penn, Temple, same attorneys out down south.
Oh, wow.
Yep. You'll see a lot of that happening, I think.
You're gonna see a lot of lawsuits and stuff going.
Yeah. It's pretty but I look at it and say, what can we get from this, and how can we be better? And how can we pour into our community and help people, right? Help them rise up. Like, it's a great time for you to grow your team, John. I think I think there's going to be a lot of agents out there that want and need help, and that, want to go. They want a leader. They want, if you're an agent, an individual agent now, before you're always on an island, right?
Yeah.
You're on an island. Now, forget it. You're like a castaway.
Yeah, you're right. 100%.
Yeah. And so, even for our company, for MQA, we're looking to help agents and, attract like-minded people to our company. So I think that it's a good time to help people, and especially if you can provide them opportunity, because if they can't hold open houses and they can't show, how are they supposed to do business if they don't have like a marketing machine, right? A marketing funnel.
Yeah, exactly.
Past clients, like that's your marketing. That's
and the listings, the calls off the listings and stuff, and from the website leaders. And there's a lot of things. You and me know. We know how to pull rabbits out of a hat. Early, we could teach stuff to them that they never learn. Like little things that you don't learn through just traditional brokerages and big meetings. Just little ways to hustle and get business. That's the only way you get to where you're at right now, is doing all those little things when you were young and young in the business and started. I think you did a lot of cold calling in the beginning, didn't you? Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I did. I built the business off of expired listings.
Yeah, there's ways to get those rather than just the regular scripted things. There's ways to do this. To do expires differently. And
yeah, we're calling expireds now. My group, people on my team are. I always say this. Listen, teamwork makes the dream work. I would not be in the business if it wasn't for my team. 100%.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I wouldn't do it by myself.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you.
I mean, I can't even do. I can't even do the paperwork. Would make me go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah, you're right. And you shouldn't be anyway, because you're too good at selling and bringing. We gotta concentrate on getting and maintaining business. That's it. That's the idea that we should be doing when we're running a team. We should getting business and keeping it, and growing it. And then the more that we touch all that other stuff, the paperwork and stuff like that, you're just not your highest and best use of your time. So
no, and it's really like about education, right? Educating our clients, directing them. What's the best way to go? People say, well, I said right now, every single person is different. When I say a case, that's a file, it's a client, right? Every single case is different of how we're going to handle it and how we're going to move forward. Whether they're occupied properties, tenant occupied properties, vacant properties, development opportunities. I mean, that we always had different processes for the different lines of business, but now it's really on a case by case basis of what the next steps are. And by, it's a lot more involved. That's for sure. 100%.
There's so much is going to change, I think, after this, just little things.
But I think it's a wonderful opportunity too for businesses to figure out like where the holes are, what can be done better, how can we expand from this business? Can we start another business from this business? Whether it's real estate or it's a completely different, business.
It's like we use telephones in the houses. Everything changes. Those companies, they evolved, and they changed, and they saw their opportunities, and they've taken them. Yeah, 100%. I think you're right. There's tons of different opportunities. You can say, where's the holes at? Where's the, and now you have time to sit back and look at it. And it's been a blessing for me. I know that it's been nice these last couple of weeks to just be able to take a step back. Like I said, there's little things that you're not doing all day. Driving here, drive just I wake up, I'm at my office.
I bet in your case, because you're in Jersey, in the county, so you're driving. Like being in the city, we're not going that far.
Yeah, and even the minimum on the appointments. So like a lot of times, you have to go and go over the contract with the seller in person and stuff. Now they think they're not really expecting that from you. So I'm just emailing you. I'm looking at the house. So I got a couple listings this week. 3 of them, which is, this market is nice. So we went, I got looked at the place by myself. It was vacant. I called them up, let them know. I just send them through dot loop listing agreement. Come back. It's easier than a regular listing appointment. You're there for an hour and explaining things. You take that time, and all that stuff just adds up to more time to be more productive and to do what you said. Just look at your business and plan ahead and change, and make adjustments to the things that weren't working before. You can be a lot more efficient now.
That's 100%. That's what we're doing. And we've added like new projects to do. There's a list, a long list of new projects to do.
That's good. So do you virtually meet with your staff or your team, or have you met in person at all since this, or no?
Virtually every day at 8 and sales at 1. And then at the end of the day, wrap up at 5:30.
Okay.
Every day.
Oh, wow. Are they still getting some stuff done? I mean, some closing?
Yeah, we are. We're closing transactions. I'm very grateful for every single one of them. We're getting new listings, probably like at least one day. And each of them have a different next step. Some they have to declutter, the same.
Yeah.
Some they're waiting for the band to lift because they live there. Some it's vacant. We got it. We put it up. We get the virtual tour, and then we did that. We sold a few of them last week that just went up. They were only on the market for less than a week.
Yeah, that's what I've seen the same thing. It's just encouraging, especially during this time. It shouldn't be. Like I said, I see a lot of encouraging things. Like I live in a development, so like in 2008, I remember just nobody was doing anything to their house. There was no money around. People were letting their houses kind of go a little bit. I see people at home now, and they're spending money in this environment, which tells me that there's some promising things out there. Not everybody's scared to death of it, and people are putting money in their houses, so they're showing pride of ownership in their houses. They feel good about the housing market. That's when you didn't see that back in 08, 09 when all that was going on.
No, it was a very depressed environment, and it was a hard time because there wasn't money, right? There was a liquidity problem
and no access to it, and banks are lending.
No jumbo financing. I mean, that went in the shitter, and now it's stricter for sure, but there's still jumbo money. It's just not as.
Yeah, it's more. It's just hard.
But I think people are resilient. I think that most people recognize that, this is something that we're going to have to contend with for some time. And if you're still have your heart set on getting to California or getting to Boston or at Florida, we have people in Florida, they want to go. And it's our job to help them get there and figure out the solution to do it. And so, is it more challenging? 100%. Is it causing me to get more gray hairs and not go to the salon? 100%.
Yeah, I'm going to try to cut my own hair today. It's horrible.
My husband said, "Can you cut my hair?" I'm like, "I'm not cutting your hair." I'm like, maybe this girl will come over, or our hairdresser will come over, and we can get our hair done. Like, it's crazy. But anyway, I digress. Yeah. I can't wait to meet you in person. You're a very easy guy, laid back guy to talk to. And Jay and Jenna speak very, very highly of you. And so they thought this would be a good match for us to talk. And, and you're a fellow ReMax guy. And, I'm proud to be happy to be associated with ReMax. So it's a great brand.
Yeah, too. I was excited when you came over years ago when I was at the old office when you first opened your office.
You what?
I was excited when you came over to open your office back in.
Oh yeah, six years now.
Yeah, because at the time it was right after, I think, and stuff, and there wasn't a lot of positivity, and like here's big huge producers coming over and buying the franchise. It was good to hear.
I don't know if I knew what I was doing, but that's another story.
I never do.
That's another story for another day when we other in person. Your wife and my husband will have dinner. Jay and Jenna will go to dinner, and I can't wait for the dinner meetings to be back in action. I love to cook, and it's been helping me kind of stay calm, actually. But I'm ready to be like catered to at this point.
Yeah, it's nice to be served and I have to clean up after and all that stuff.
No, and it's now becoming like, I'm spraying everything down, spraying this, spraying that, cleaning this.
One of my clients says he has a condo in Florida and he's flying down today for a week. And he said that they're opening, they have restaurants open down there now. They're opening up at their 25% capacity. But that's just weird. Like, it's social distancing and stuff. And it's, and we do go into a restaurant with a mask on. It's just, I think I'll just wait till it's over.
The problem is with all that, the mask and everything, is that we need actually germs to keep our immune system strong, right?
Yeah.
Like, so the mask is actually not probably helping. I don't think.
I hate it. I totally hate it.
I don't think, but I'm not a doctor, so I'm just I'm just in the real estate. Maybe I'm a real estate doctor. How about that?
There you go. Perfect.
But I wish you a happy weekend. I hope that you can figure out something for your daughter. And if I can think, I'll see if I brainstorm, if I think of any place. But that's like really important to get that done.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate doing this too. This is nice.
Wasn't there like, I don't remember this, a drive-in movie theater?
Yeah, I think there's still an old shut down one in there's a couple of them around, I think actually. I think there's a couple. Good idea. That's not a bad idea. I appreciate it. That's good. Yeah, there's a couple around. I think maybe down in Violent or something. You're right. That's
the one in like Atco, or
I think there was one down in Mullica Township a while. I mean, I remember seeing them, but old, and I think there's one that's still open around somewhere. I don't
know. Maybe check that out.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Thank you. I will do that.
But I appreciate you. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thankful and grateful for you being on Be the Solution today. And I hope to see you real soon.
Me too.
Thanks, John.
All right,
bye. Bye-bye. Bye, everybody. Have a great weekend.